Check 1 2, check 1 2, mic check, mic check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Left Coast Hockey League COVID Cup Wild Card Round Playoffs. It's Game 2 between the San Jose Snipes and the Los Angeles Quakes. The LA Quakes took Game 1 in a very defensive, low-scoring game, hoping to turn things around. Or the Snipes hoping to get a few more than one goal. I mean, God, that game was, I wouldn't say it was boring, but it wasn't very exciting. But let's get down for Game 2 here in this best-of-5 series. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here at the epicenter here in Los Angeles, California, the home of the LA Quakes. Game 2 in this best-of-5 series for the wild card round. The winner will go on to face either the Anaheim Ducks or the San Pedro Squirrels. Sidney Crosby, Austin Matthews taking the face-off at center ice. Let's get Game 2 underway. Face-off is won by the Snipes. Box up for Matthews. Matthews turns it over, taken by Kucherov. LA coming in, odd man rush. Crosby looking for a shot. Saved and knocked into the corner. Picked up by Werneski. Werneski to Hamilton. Hamilton shot. Runs out of steam. Block taken by Ekholm. In the zone with Matthews. Matthews shot. Saved by Swayman. Swayman keeps it moving though to Werneski. Up to Hamilton. Hamilton for Crosby. Crosby up for Panarin. Panarin will gain the zone. Looking for Hamilton. Hamilton shot. Rebound. Picked up by the Snipes. Ekholm. So far, we have a lot more offense in this game than we did almost the whole last game. Matthews looking for a slap shot. Gets poked off, turned over, taken by the Quakes. Werneski. Werneski in the zone. Centering pass to Crosby. Crosby for Kucherov. Kucherov shot. It's saved by Bobrovsky. And he'll hold on. 16:20 left here in the first period. No score. Shots going to LA. Big open ice hit there. Face off back in the San Jose zone is going to be Duchesne and Scheifele. Full pressure for LA if they win it. Won by LA. Anderson for Dunn. Back for Anderson. Anderson slap shot. Save. Rebound picked up by Larkin. Larkin is able to get it out. But unable to clear it. Turned over. Taken by Mikey Anderson. Anderson for Dunn. On the rush come the Quakes. Pass mishandled. Taken by San Jose. Forsling. Forsling surrounded. Gets it to Shifley. Shifley looking for a shot. It's blocked. Rebound picked up. He shoots. He scores. Mike Shifley. Mark Shifley. Excuse me. Mike Shifley. Who the fuck is Mike Shifley? Assisted by Forsling and Troy Terry. San Jose with an early lead here in the first period. Mark Shifley just over the glove of Swayman to take the lead. Settles this crowd down. It's not like the crowd animation's messed up. No, they just all move that way. All right, face-off center ice. Shifley and Duchesne. Face-off is won by the Snipes. Forsling. Forsling up for Terry. Terry looking for Forsling. Forsling shot saved by Swayman. Rebound picked up by the Snipes. Unable to keep it in, but Duchesne takes a slashing penalty. Same to the Snipes on the first power play of this game. Shifley acting like that wasn't a blatant slash in front of the net. Anyway, face-off back in the LA zone going to be Verhage and Dylan Larkin. First power play for the Snipes. Face-off is won by the Quakes. Anderson for Anderson. Ovechkin's going to go ahead and clear it out the length of the ice. 15 seconds off this power play. San Jose unable to do anything with it. Short-handed is the Quakes. Anderson up front for Ovechkin. Ovechkin's backhand goes wide. Good short-handed bid there for the Quakes. Nico Hischier in the zone. Looking for Tavares. Tavares back for Larkin. Larkin shoots! Saved by Swayman. Yeah, hold on. 54 seconds left in the power play. 12:44 left in the first. Snipes up by 1. Matthews and Verhage will take the faceoff back in the LA zone. Faceoff is won by the Snipes. Tkachuk. Tkachuk back for Fox. Fox for Keller, but Tkachuk unable to keep it in. They'll have to touch up. Snipes looking to reset, but Tkachuk getting harassed all the way back into his zone. Up for Adam Fox. Fox for Shifley. Shifley for Matthews. Matthews unable to pull the trigger, but kept in by Tkachuk. Tkachuk. Shot saved by Swayman, and that's going to do it for the power play. Matthews up front after Fox. Fox gets the Matthews on the rebound. Picked up by Ovechkin. Fakes back at full strength. Up for Sanderson. Sanderson in the zone. Pass broken up by Brady Tkachuk. Up for Shifley. Shifley up for Matthews. Power play unit still out for the Snipes. Tired legs. That picked up by Verhage. Verhage for Werneski. Werneski for Kucherov. Kucherov turns it over. Stick by Matthews. Matthews exhausted out there. Great energy bar for Sorelli. Sorelli for Bukestad. Bukestad looking for a slap shot. Unable to get it. Shot saved by Swayman. Rebound picked up by Sorelli. Sorelli for Ekholm. Ekholm for Matthews. Matthews takes a shot. Glove saved by Swayman. They'll cover it up for a whistle. 9:03 left here in the first period. Snipes still up by 1. Big hit there by Sidney Crosby. Steven Stamkos, Matt Duchesne taking the faceoff back in the LA zone. Full pressure for San Jose if they win the faceoff. Faceoff is won by the Snipes. Full pressure. Miller for Stamkos. Stamkos shot. Glove saved. Swayman. And we'll get another faceoff to the right of Swayman. Same line stay out. Must be nice how your fourth line has Steven Stamkos, the fourth line center. Duchesne, faceoff won by the Snipes. Dylan back for Bukestad. Bukestad shot. Saved by Swayman, but not able to hold on. Full pressure for the Snipes if they can hold on. Unable to hold on. It's taken by Jesper Bratt. Up to Werneski. Werneski's hit. Able to get the pass up to Connor. Connor in the zone, but outnumbered. Taken by the Snipes. Kicked out to center ice. Picked up by the Quakes. Big check there. Taken by Connor. Connor exhausted. Looking for Duchesne. Duchesne shot. Saved by Bobrovsky. Duchesne hit with the boards for Bratt. Bratt shot broken up. Taken by Hischier. Hischier neutral zone outnumbered. Waiting for reinforcements. Turns it over. Taken by the Quakes. Duchesne. For Konechny. Rallying forward, gets it back for Sanderson. Pass broken up, taken by Tavares. Up for Heischer. Heischer in. Odd man rush. Pedersen. Pedersen looking for Heischer. Ill-advised pass back to Pedersen. Turned over, taken by Boldy. Boldy up for Nelson. Nelson in the zone. Nelson takes a shot. Saved by Bobrovsky through traffic. Picked up by Miller. Miller turns it over. Shot up front. Save Bobrovsky. Kept it by Konechny. Another save Bobrovsky. What a good opportunity there. Able to get full pressure, but unable to hold on. Hired legs. Forsling takes a shot. Blocker saved by Swayman. Picked up by Konechny. Up for Dunn. Dunn in the zone. Sending pass for Anderson. Anderson up front. Nelson shoots. He scores. Brock Nelson all alone up front. 1-on-1 with Bobrovsky. And he ties this up at 1. 17-15 in the first period. Not sure if he passed it or he took a shot and he just weak enough to pick up, but Nelson all alone up front with Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky with a stick out, unable to get a piece of it. You're getting sent down, you miss that shot. And the Quakes tie it up here in the dying minutes of the first period. Crosby and Scheif, they will take the faceoff at center ice. Faceoff is won by the Quakes. Dunn up for Panarin. Panarin in the zone. Looking for Crosby for a Kucherov. Kucherov shot. Saved by Bobrovsky. Sent back for Dunn. Corralled by Terry. Terry for Scheifele. Scheifele looking for a pass. Able to hold on. Gets it to Larkin. Dylan Larkin takes a shot. Blocker save. Bounced off the glass. 90 seconds left here in the first period. Sidney Crosby. Crosby pass. Kucherov able to stay onside. Taken by Harley. 1 minute left. Harley up for Forsling. Forsling for Larkin. Larkin unable to do much with it. Surrounded by blue sweaters. 20 seconds left. Taken by Hamilton. Hamilton up for Crosby. Crosby in with Kucherov. Crosby turns it over. 4 seconds left. That's going to do it for the first period. But a goal apiece. More scoring in this first period than the whole last game. Nelson and I forgot who else. Scheifele put one on the boards. But ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Left Coast Hockey League here on YouTube.com/DimestackUVU. Game 2 of this best of 5 wild card round. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Let's take a look at the stats through the first period. Shots just about even, slightly going to the Snipes. Hits about even. Snipes up by 2. Time and attack just about even. Everything's just about even. Let's get back down to the ice for the start of the second period. We're tied at 1. Welcome back to the epicenter here in Los Angeles, California. Sidney Crosby, Austin Matthews taking the faceoff at center ice. Huge second period here. The Snipes do not want to go down 2-0 in a best of 5, and it's all but a death sentence. Looking to tie up the series here tonight. Clayton Keller in for Tkachuk. Tkachuk unable to pull the trigger, turned over, taken by Kucherov. Kucherov for Panarin. Panarin in with Crosby and Kucherov, but poked off, unable to get in the zone. Up for Brady Tkachuk in the zone. Looking for Keller. Keller for Matthews. Matthews takes a shot. Saved by Swayman. Swayman sends it out. Hamilton. He's hit off and picked up by Crosby. Crosby for Panarin. Panarin looking for Lane. Takes the shot. Glove save Bobrovsky, and he'll hold on. 17:50 left here in the second period. Score tied at 1. Huge game 2 here in Los Angeles. They do not want to head back to their mother's hot box. Down 2-0. Faceoff is won by the Quakes. Turned over, taken by Dylan Larkin, up to Troy Terry. Troy Terry in one-on-one. Terry looking for a lane, takes a shot, saved by Swayman. And you hold on. 17:08 left here in the second period. Score tied at 1. Face-off back in LA zone. Scheifele and Duchesne will take the face-off. Face-off is won by the Quakes. Dunn poked off, unable to hold on for Mikey Anderson. Sends it up for Connor. Connor's going to dump it in and give chase, but picked up by Ekholm. Ekholm sends it up for Scheifele. Scheifele for Fox. Fox for Terry. Terry in outnumbered. Waiting for help. Sends it back for Larkin. Dylan Larkin takes a shot. Saves Swayman. Rebound picked up by Bratt. Pinched into the boards. He kicks it down. Picked up by Dunn. Dunn back for Anderson. Anderson for Duchesne. Lead pass up for Connor, but offsides. 15:01 left here in the second period. Score still tied at 1. Big hit there by Dunn. Dunn getting it done. Face-off back in neutral zone. Duchesne and Nico Hischier. Face-off is won by the Snipes. Forsling up for Harley. Up for Pedersen. Pedersen mishandled. Taken by the Quakes. Harassed but able to hold on. Send it for Duchesne. Duchesne turns it over to Tavares. Tavares up for Hischier. Hischier poked off by Dunn. Taken by Connor. Connor up for Anderson. Anderson for Dunn. Hitting open ice, but recovered by Bratt. Back and forth turnover machines here. Pedersen looking for a pass. Turns it over. Taken by Bratt. Bratt for Duchesne. Second line remains out for both teams. Jester Bratt takes a shot. Blocker saved by Bobrovsky. Rebound picked up. Looks like the Snipes are going to go back. Duchesne once again. This time for boarding. Snipes 0 for 1 on the power play so far. Looking to take the lead here. Innocent looking. It's from the angle that he hit him. Not too violent of a boarding, but the fact that he's all numbers, hitting from behind, head first into the boards, not too bad. No injury sustained, 2 minutes. Verhaeghe and Matthews will take the faceoff back in the LA zone. Snipes on their second power play, 0 for 1. Faceoff is won by the Snipes. Tkachuk back to Fox. Fox takes a shot. Saved by Swayman. Rebound picked up by Scheifele. Scheifele looking to sneak it in. Pass up for Tkachuk for Matthews. Matthews hit off, but kept in by Scheifele. Scheifele back for Matthews for Tkachuk for Fox. For Matthews. Matthews unable to take the shot, and looks like Verhaeghe is taking the slashing penalty. That is going to send the Snipes on a 5-on-3 for a good over a minute. Good looks there for San Jose, but unable to set up anything. Matthews and Nelson. 5-on-3 power play for a minute and a half. Looking for Keller. Slap shot saved by Swayman. Picked up by Hamilton. Can he clear it? Unable to clear it. Taken by Tkachuk. Tkachuk a front shot saved by Swayman. Taken by Doughty. Doughty will clear it to center ice. 1 minute left on the 5-on-3. Keller looking to set up. Sends it for Scheifele. Scheifele takes a shot saved by Swayman. And Dougie will clear it back into the San Jose zone. 30 seconds left on 5-on-3. Austin Matthews Looking to set up. Gets it for Shifley. Shifley looking for a second goal. Glove save. Swayman, and he'll hold on. Good looks here for San Jose, but unable to bury it. 8 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Then about 33 seconds on the power play after this. Looking to score quick so they can get more power play time. Taken by Matthews for Forsling. Forsling for Heischer. Heischer poked off. And Dunn will go ahead and clear, and that'll do it. Oh, I am mistaken. That was a double minor. That was a double minor on the I guess the boarding. I don't know. I thought it was two. One of them was a double minor. That's cleared up into the bench. Face-off will come back in the LA zone. Larkin and Panarin will take the face-off. Snipes killed the first of the double minor. Taken by Forsling. Forsling surrounded, though. Turns it over, taken by Dunn. Dunn for Boldy. Boldy unable to clear it. Taken by Heischer. Heischer shot saved. Behind the back. Bobrovsky, Swayman holds on. 1:23 left here in this power play. Snipes 0 for 2 so far. Opportune time to take the lead. Take a look at that big blocker save. Dribbles behind him. Swayman able to get the pads on it. Clinches it tight in his cunt there. Not normally do they, sing the praises of a goaltender's fucking back pussy, but, he clinched it there. Crosby and Larkin will take the faceoff. Faceoff is won by LA. Anderson. Anderson will clear it out to center ice. Taken by Heischer up to Forsling. Forsling for Pettersson. Pettersson, big hit, open ice. And here come the Quakes, short-handed. 42 seconds left in the power play. Anderson pinches them into the boards. Fighting with his Crosby. Crosby gets it. Unable to get the pass, turns it over, taken by Larkin up for Heischer. Heischer, tired legs out there for the Snipes, unable to pull the trigger there. And Swayman's going to hold on with 1 second left here in the power play. Snipes 0 for 4. Kucherov and Matthews will take the faceoff back in the LA zone. Faceoff won by the Quakes, and they'll kill it off. Out the boxes for Hagee. Centering pass broken up, though taken by Matthews. Matthews up for Keller. Big hit on Keller. Pass comes out to Shifley, though. Shifley in with help. Looks like they're going to go off for a change, though. Shifley battling for it. Shifley does a big slap shot, blocker save, and it goes into the corner. Kept in by the Snipes. Fox for Tkachuk. Tkachuk up front, tipped and goes wide. Connor up for Doughty. Doughty for Ovechkin. Ovechkin mishandles, taken shot by Connor. Connor's down, he shoots, he scores! Kyle Connor on the rebound with Bobrovsky down on his stomach. And just like that, the Quakes take a 2-1 lead. With about 5.5 left here in the second period. Lazy backhand after Bobrovsky goes down. They are not going to like that in Rochester, which is the off-season home of the general manager. Face-off is won by the Snipes. Hamilton up for Ovechkin. Turned over, taken by Cirelli. Cirelli for Stamkos. 5 minutes left here in the second period. Stamkos makes some moves looking for help, but turned over, taken by Verhaeghe. For Hamilton, up for Ovechkin. Ovechkin will wait. Gets a one-time shot saved by Bobrovsky. Pass around the boards for Fox. Fox up for Bukestad. Bukestad up for Stamkos. Stamkos in the zone for Cirelli. Cirelli looking for a shot. Save. Rebound. Unable to pull the trigger. Great defense by Hamilton. Here comes Panarin in. It's a lane but blocked. Taken by Cirelli. Up for Stamkos. Stamkos in with Cirelli. Takes a shot. Saved by Swayman. Controlled by the Quakes. Wisniewski up for Kucherov. Kucherov in with Panarin. Back for Crosby. Panarin tied up front. Long lead pass up for Shifley. Shifley with the only goal for the Snipes here in the series. Long pass up for Crosby. 1 minute left to the second. Big blast saved by Bobs. And he's going to hold on with 45.2 left here in the second period. Face off back in the San Jose zone. Bobrovsky coming in with 2 huge clutch saves. Duchesne and Shifley take face off. Face off won by the Snipes. Sanderson for Doughty. Doughty, big hit. Kept in though by Duchesne for Connor. Connor turns it over, taken by Larkin. 10 seconds left. Got to do something with it quick. Troy Terry in. 5 seconds left. Terry looking for a shot, unable to get it. Turns over, taken up by Connor, and that's going to do it here for the second period. San Jose unable to cash in on several opportunities on the power play. Just took one little mistake for Kyle Connor to bury that on Bobrovsky. But ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Left Coast Hockey League COVID Cup Playoffs Wild Card Round here on YouTube.com/KnifeSackUVU. And we'll be right back with the start of this third period.
Gotta thank my mom, she created the monster. Now I gotta play the part, I'm about to go so hard like I'm trying to get an Oscar. It's just me at the podium. I feel like the valedictorian. They gave me a medal to shine ahead of my time like I had a DeLorean. Big boy got his shit poppin'. Bigfoot ain't shit shit off it. Big dick gotta live when I walk in. I get bread to the birds keep stocking. Tell them today, ain't no trick up in my sleeve. Tell her that she interrupted my cheese. She say her boyfriend ain't fucking with me. Invisible man, he ain't nothing to see. I'm in a league of my own. He never leaving his home. I put the beef on the stove. You took a vegan approach. That mean the beef is a hole. I make him leak from his nose. She get police on the phone. I ain't trying to end up in a downtown booking. I'ma hit the studio and keep on cooking. It's just me at the podium. I feel like the valedictorian. They gave me a medal to shine ahead of my time like I had a DeLorean. Gotta thank my mama. Thanks. She created the monster. And now I gotta play the part. I'm about to go so hard like I'm trying to get a They don't wanna see me win. They would rather see me dead. They don't wanna see me win. They would rather see me dead. Big time me, big winner. Me so cold, me winner. Who go hard, me finna. Tell her pull up like a motherfucking chin up. I need a phantom to go to the opera. Front row, my baby gon' pop it up. I do not care about who is more popular. Couldn't see me with a pair of binoculars. Ain't no motherfucker do it like me. Got a 6'6", pussy feeling like he 5'3". Got your bitch leaving eggplants on my IG. Waking up in the morning and she wearing my tea.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Let's take a look at the stats through 2 periods. Shots heavily going to the San Jose Snipes. Hits just about even. Time on attack just about even. San Jose 0 for 3 on the power play, giving up 3 huge opportunities. But let's get back down the ice. We'll start this third period. LA Quakes looking to take a stranglehold on this best-of-5 series. Let's get back down to the ice. Live here at the Epicenter in Los Angeles, California. Game 2 of this wild card round, best-of-5. Sidney Crosby, Austin Matthews. Face-off at center ice. Let's get this third period underway. Face-off is won by the Snipes. Ekholm. Ekholm back for Fox. Fox for Matthews, for Keller. Keller, slap shot's broken up, but recovered by Keller. Keller's shot. Blocker saved by Swayman. Valley for it on the post. Swayman just got to reach over. He's hugging that post. Taken by Matthews. Matthews, back to Fox. Fox, big slap shot goes wide. Valley for his Keller on the boards. Still fighting for it. Is taken by the Quakes. Werneski. In the zone for Kucherov. Kucherov takes the shot, glove save. Bobrovsky. And he'll cover. 17:32 left here in the third period. Pretty much a must-win game for San Jose. Coming back down 2-0 in best of 5. Not as hard as going down 0-3 in best of 7, but still pretty freaking difficult. You don't want to have to win 3 straight. San Jose can get one here. They can close it out at home. Taken by Duchesne. Duchesne will gain the zone, looking for Connor. Pass broken up. Picked up by Dunn. Dunn up for Duchesne. Long pass up for Connor. Connor hit hard into the boards, but picked up by Brett. Brett looking for Anderson. Anderson up front. Takes a shot through traffic. Bobrovsky sees it the whole way. He'll hold on. 15:27 remains here in the third period. Quakes up by 1. Duchesne and Shifley who take the faceoff back in the San Jose zone. Faceoff is won by the Snipes. Fox up for Ekholm. Big pass up for Larkin. Larkin will gain the zone, but he's hit. Sends it up for Mikey Anderson. Anderson looking for Duchesne. Duchesne shot, save, rebound, held on. And he'll cover up for a whistle. 14:25 left here in the third period. Verhaeghe and Shifley back in the San Jose zone. Faceoff is won by someone. Won by the Snipes. Terry up for Larkin. Larkin in. Looking for Shifley, but pass is broken up. Shifley unable to get the shot. Sent up for Dunn. Dunn for Ovechkin. Ovechkin gets it in. Verhaeghe stays onside. Pass broken up. Taken by Shifley. Shifley up for Pedersen. Pedersen in. Pedersen looks for a shot. Save, rebound. Picked up by Forsling. Forsling unable to get the shot. He's hit right in the slot. Other way come the Quakes. Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe shot, save, rebound, scores! Alexander Ovechkin. 856. Ovechkin from Verhaeghe and Anderson sends the Quakes up 3-1. Trying to take a stranglehold, punch their ticket to the semifinals. Huge rebound, buries it, no question. Broski having a little bit of trouble controlling those rebounds. A lot of sad faces on the San Jose bench. Now they need 2 to tie it up. Verhaeghe and Hischier will take the faceoff. Faceoff won by the Quakes. Doughty up for Ovechkin. Ovechkin turns it over, taken by John Tavares. Tavares, he'll gain the zone. Takes a shot, save. Rebound picked up by Sanderson. Sanderson's hit, but gets it up for Raymond. Raymond in the zone. Raymond turns it over. The other way comes Tavares. Pass for Forsling. Forsling shot, save, rebound. Picked up, shot, save, Swayman. You hold on. 10:13 left here in the third period. Snipes need 2. Snipes are doing a good job getting it into the zone, but sustaining pressure has been a bit difficult for Tkachuk. Tkachuk's one-time shot is blocked. Taken by Sanderson, up for Doughty. Doughty will carry it in himself. Doughty for Panarin. Panarin shot, save! Rebound, turns around. Bobrovsky keeps it out right on the line. Keeps the puck moving, though. Taken by Matthews. Matthews fouling for it, but taken by Sanderson. Sanderson in with numbers for Crosby. Crosby slap shot is blocked. Made it on net, but turned over. Back for Crosby. Crosby for Kucherov. Kucherov, he's hit. Recovered by Panarin. Back for Kucherov. Kucherov's pass gets through to Crosby, but turned over, taken by the Snipes. To Chuck. 7.5 left here in the third period. Snipes need 2. Clayton Keller. Keller takes a shot, saved by Swayman. Taken by Doughty. Doughty pinched into the boards, kicks it out to Duchesne. Duchesne for Kucherov, but turned over, taken by Larkin. Larkin brings it around the net. Second pass broken up, taken by Keller. Back for Ekholm, for Shifley, for Miller. Miller takes a shot, saves Swayman! And they'll hold on. 5:42 left here in the third period. Quakes up by 2. Could they rob San Jose of getting 2 games at home? Looking to take a stranglehold. Snipes will definitely show up hard in Game 3 if they can't pull it off here today. Taken by, let's see who it was. For Larkin, back for Shifley. Shifley, back to the point. Back for Miller. Miller for Shifley. Shifley's shot goes wide. Picked up by Bradford Duchesne. Full pressure is now negated for the Snipes. Snipes back to Wisniewski. Shot up front. Rebound picked up by Shifley, up for Dillon. Dillon harassed by Ovechkin. That gets it up for Miller. Miller for Shifley. Shifley for Larkin. Dylan Larkin looking for a lane. Unable to get the shot. Taken by Dunn. Dunn for Raymond. 2.5 left here in the third period. Snipes need 2. Could we see the goaltender pulled early? Picked in the boards, but taken by Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe for Ovechkin. Ovechkin turns it over. It's taken by Larkin. Tired legs out there on the second line. In the zone is Dillon. Dillon for Keller. Keller back for Miller. Miller turns it over. Taken by Raymond. Raymond in one-on-one. When he turns off, it turns it over for Tkachuk. 1 minute left. Net is empty to our right for Matthews. Matthews turns it over. Taken by Anderson. Anderson for Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe's hit hard. Picked up by Ekholm. 48 left. Snipes need to get something going. Matthews. Matthews for Keller. Keller takes a shot. Saves Swayman. Kicked in the corner. Battling for it. Precious time dwindling. Kept in. Matthews takes a shot. It goes wide, but kept in. Back for Bukestad. Bukestad for Matthews. Matthews backhand shot. Saved by Swayman. 29 seconds left. Snipes need 2, and that is empty to our right. Not looking good here for San Jose. They want any chance. They need to score this one quick. Face-off is won by the Snipes. Back for Fox. Fox, big shot! Reach scores! Tipped by Tavares up front. Looking to make it interesting. The Snipes won't go quietly. Huge tip there by Tavares. Beautiful, just past the blocker of Swayman. Little to no time left. They most likely won't keep the goaltender pulled at the faceoff. They'll probably wait. I know how the AI works in this game, and that's going to be the case. Faceoff is won by the Snipes, but turnover taken by Sanderson. Bobrovsky back in net. Turned over, 18 seconds left. Snipes down by 1. Taken by the Quakes. Nelson shot up front, saved. 10 seconds left. Holdy backhand, saved by Bobrovsky. Snipes need to do something quick. 5 seconds left, turned over. I think that's just about gonna do it. The Los Angeles Quakes, 3rd seed in the Marcy Cup playoffs, takes a commanding 2-0 lead here against the defending COVID Cup champions, the San Jose Snipes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back within 10-15 minutes for Game 2 of the B Ward Biffs taking on the Doray Asylum Rehabs. Doray Asylum won Game 1. B Ward looking to bounce back. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Game 3 of this series, live in San Jose. It'll be a tough hill to climb, but I believe in the Snipes. The Snipes have done it before. They can do it again, but it's going to be rough. Well, thank you so much for joining us here at the Left Coast Hockey League live on youtube.com/UVU. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Like I said, Doray Asylum, B Ward Biffs, and Dante. Why don't you go ahead and back that bowl. We're out. Peace.